Hey everyone, welcome back to Squarebox Games. Tyler here, and today we have another Unmatched Adventures. Now this one is actually a viewer request. We are going to be playing Dracula versus Mothman with the Ant Queen. So I went ahead and set up the board here. I started on space 1 and set up the sisters over here. I put the Ant Queen over here so she'll probably attack sisters. We put a Doom token on. I'm actually, instead of the tokens today, I'm using the actual little Moths you get when this came with the Kickstarter pre-order. We've shuffled in Mothman, Player 1, and Ant Queen. So we're going to shuffle these up. And then I'm going to draw my 5 cards. Mothman's at 10 health, so is the Ant Queen. Dracula starts with 13 health, and you haven't played with them recently. Movement of 2. At the start of your turn, you may deal 1 damage to a fighter adjacent to Dracula if you do draw the card. That'll be nice because we can kind of force Mothman or the Ant Queen to kind of end adjacent to us, so we can start our turn adjacent. All right, so let's see, what do we start with here? We're gonna have 3 sister cards. I haven't played Dracula in a long time, so I need to refamiliarize myself. Move any fighter up to 2 spaces. Okay, that's cool. Thirst for sustenance. If you won the combat, place Dracula in any space adjacent to the opposing fighter. We have 2 of those. A Dracula, put Dracula in any space and gain an action. During combat, your opponent discards 1 random card at its boost value to the card's attack value. Okay, so we got a heavy opening hand here. But let's see. No defense though, if you've noticed. So we'll have to be strategic on that. Okay, I feel like I've got this mixed up enough. Let's see who's going to go first. It is Mothman. So Mothman is going to move to the path of least resistance, which I think is 1, 2 to get next to that, or we can go 1, 2 to get next to that one. Let's move to right here. 1, 2. And then Mothman's going to attack this sister. And we have no defense, so we're just going to have to take whatever happens. Faint. So it's going to be 2 damage. This sister is going to go away because they only have 1 health. I can't remember. I think Dracula has the ability to revive his sidekicks, but I honestly don't remember. So that's it for Mothman. Come in and immediately kill one of the sisters. Next up is the Ant Queen. Ant Queen is going to either move here or here. I'm going to just have it move right here. It's going to attack this sister, and that sister's going to die because we have no defense, except, oh wow, it's a deception. Sorry, wrong pile. So that's going to get shuffled back in. Should just shuffle it right to the top, right? I feel like I'm mixing well. So that leaves us to start. Let's see. So we are not adjacent to any enemies with Dracula, so we don't get that ability here, but I can do some of this stuff. Move any fighter up to 2 spaces. After moving, deal 1 damage to the move fighter for each sister adjacent to them. That's an any. Okay, I know we're gonna do that. Move any fighter up to 2 spaces. We're going to move Mothman right here. And then deal 1 damage to the move fighter for each sister adjacent to them. So we're going to do 1 hit right there. And then Dracula is going to attack, and this is our only option. During combat, an opponent discards 1 random card, which means we'll just discard the top. Add its boost value to this card's attack value. So actually, they're going to play their defense card first. Okay. So it's a 2 versus a 3, but during combat, we're going to boost for another 2. So that's going to be a 4 versus a 3. So we are going to do 1 damage to Mothman. I don't have an after combat, so that's going to go away. After combat, deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter. For each fighter damage this way, each adjacent opposing fighter, each one add a Doom token to the lowest number bridge. That was not good for us. That means that sister's gone. Dracula is going to take a hit, And we are going to add 2 doom tokens to the lowest numbered bridge. Which our first bridge is the covered bridge that lets us get health. So that is nice. We might be able to maneuver that way. So that's the end of the turn. So let's see. End of round. Advance the threat marker. Number of spaces equal to 1 plus the number of doom tokens on the lowest numbered bridge, which is 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yikes. Advance the threat marker 1 space. Then, if the threat level is 3 or higher, which it is, add a random strange pheromone card to the initiative deck before you reshuffle. Let's do this one. And then nothing for us. So let's shuffle up here. That's the end of the round. We only did 2 damage. We have lost 2 sisters. And I have no defense cards. Or really, I guess I have a sister attack card, but there's a good chance sister's not going to make it unless we go first. Let's see. Please be us. Nope. Oh, strange pheromone. Each player with a fighter in Ant Queen zone discards a card. So that's going to be us. I think we get to choose, so I'm just going to choose this Dracula card so we can keep our attacks and hope that sister doesn't die. Actually, just in case the sister does, I'm going to keep this so I can kind of maneuver close to this bridge and hopefully get rid of those. So next, please be us. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. So we're going to start our turn adjacent to Mothman, which means he is going to take a hit, and we get to draw the card, which is a defense. Cool. Look into my eyes. During combat, add the boost value from your opponent's attack card to the defense card value of this card. Okay, that's cool. We know we have that. But it is our turn now. So I think the first thing I'm going to do... I don't know. I'm thinking about playing this to move him next to the bridge and then maneuvering to get a card. And then maybe attack, because that does help us gain an action. That's what I'm going to do. Misfortune is what we're going to play. Put Dracula in any space. We're going to put him right here. And then gain an action. And that first action is going to be to maneuver. So I'm going to draw the card, which is missed form again. So I'm going to maneuver 1, 2. Oh, I have to end next to the bridge, don't I? I think I have to end next to the bridge to use it. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to discard a card, which is going to be this one, to get rid of the boost value worth of doom tokens, which is 2. So there's still 1 there, but it's okay. We're going to lose a bridge after this turn anyway. And then I'm going to go 1, 2. And then I'm going to maneuver a second time. Ooh, I got a good attack card here. During combat, you may discard any number of cards from your hand. This card's value is +1 for each card you discard. Okay. So I'm going to do a second maneuver. 1, 2. And 1. So that's going to give us a little bit of options here. So Ant Queen's going to go, and that's just going to move the threat up. Or Mothman's going to go first. I'm going to have him attack Dracula. I do have this defense if we need it. And I'm just going to go ahead and use it because I might as well. So he's going to attack with Overwhelming Dread. So during combat, we're going to have the boost value to this card's defense value. So it's going to be a 3. During combat, increase this card's value by 1 for each destroyed bridge, which is 0. So it's 4 to 3. So I'm going to take 1 hit. That's going to go away. After combat, place Mothman in the closest empty starting space. Dang it. Which is going to be just right here. I was hoping we could nick another damage off of him and draw a card, but that's what we get with Overwhelming Dread. And then Ant Queen's going to go. She's the last one. Which one? She's going to move into 3. 1, 2, 3. She can't maneuver towards anyone and attack that turn, so the threat marker is just going to go up 1. So let's do the end of the round here. We only did 1 damage to Mothman, but we set ourselves up with a couple attack cards, and hopefully that sister doesn't die. Each player with a fighter and ant queen zone discards a card. That's none of us, nothing. Advanced threat marker 1 plus equal to the number of doom tokens on the lowest number bridge. So this is going to get destroyed. This moves to the second bridge. Place Mothman adjacent to the hero with the lowest health. Awesome. Let's put him right here to give us options. Each player discards a card. Ah, dang it. At least I get to choose. I'll get rid of this because I don't want to get rid of this huge attack card. And then advance, that's going to go away. And then we advance the threat marker 1 space. If the threat's 3 or higher, we add a strange pheromone. It is not, because it just restarted. So that's the end of round 2. I've taken 2 hits. I've lost 2 sisters. Ant Queen's sitting there, out of range, hopefully. Mothman's taken 3 hits. Deception hasn't been pulled yet, so that means we could get a nice big attack. We are going to start, with him next to us, so let's see what happens. 1 bridge has been lost. Mothman's going to go. I only have this, so I'm going to have him attack Dracula for free. 3. Immediately if the printed value of the opponent's card is 4 or higher, ignore its value, doesn't matter. If Mothman won the combat, add a doom token to each bridge. So we're going to take 3 hits, so 11, 1, 2, 3, we're down to 8. We're going to add a doom token here, here, and here. So we really got to get aggressive on this one. We know what's going to happen with Ant Queen because she's more than 3 away. And Ant Queen, Strange Pheromone. Each player with a fighter in Ant Queen zone discards a card. That's not the case, so we're good there. And then we're going to go. So at the start of our turn, we can do 1 damage to each fighter adjacent to Dracula and draw a card. Ooh, nice. We got 2 beast forms. So he's down to 6. We only have 2 attacks. We only have 8 health. But we have 2 big attack cards and 2 moves to do. So obviously we're going to do this. During combat, you may discard any number of cards from your hand. This card is +1 for each card you discard. I don't think it's worth it because we have another one of those beast forms. So let's see. If we get a deception, we could just win right here. Faint. Okay. Immediately cancel all effects, so that doesn't matter. It's 6 versus 2. So we are going to do 4 damage to Mothman. And he is down to 2. So what are we going to do? Beast form again. Turn into this giant wolf. Okay. Okay, we'll see. I mean, if the value is 4 or less, we're going to win. Unimaginable terror. So during combat, I can discard, but I don't have any cards in my hand. 6 attack versus 3 defense. And guess what? He's only got 2 health. Bam, bam, right there. In the middle of round 3, we defeat Mothman. Dracula says, I am the beast of the night, not you. I win. Mothman did destroy 1 bridge, but that's okay. 1 sister survived. The other 2 did not. They immediately got killed. But yeah, there you go. That's another game of Unmatched Adventures. I appreciate the viewer. I'll tag you in this video once I post it for putting up this request. If you guys have a request of a battle you want to see against Mothman or the Martian invaders, just let me know. I've got a bunch of the boxes, so if I have that character, I will play them. If you like this, please hit that subscribe button. If you visited the channel before and haven't done it, please do it. Why are you waiting? It means a lot to us. And you can hit that notification bell to know when we get more videos. But we do a lot of Unmatched stuff here. It's one of my favorite games, and I can play it by myself with the Unmatched Adventures version. So that's why you're going to see a lot of these videos, because it's easier for me to do by myself as a one-man band without Ryan. But until then, yeah, let us know if you want any matchups or anything like that, and we'll try to do that. But you guys go play some games.